Hello friends, welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to talk about 17 lessons that I've learned in 2017. This year has been such a huge year for me. So many changes have happened, and because of all of that and just being super reflective, I've learned a ton, and I hope that these lessons that I will share will be of some value to you. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Lesson number 1 is that I have a lot of control over my thoughts. I used to just let myself think whatever thoughts came to my mind, but I've learned that I can choose to let those thoughts go. I don't have to be stuck with them just because they happen to cross my mind. I can choose to dedicate a certain time of my day to thinking about a certain issue that's bothering me, and for the rest of the day I can be focusing on everything else that I need to focus on. And by doing this, one issue is not consuming my whole life, and it's super duper helpful. Lesson number 2 is that sometimes your heart knows best. I used to be the person who was like logic all the way, but I've learned that sometimes you just gotta trust your gut, because sometimes your heart knows certain things that your brain can't fathom yet. I completely chose UCLA based on my heart, because my mind was actually telling me to go to Swarthmore, but this was the best decision that I've made. I couldn't be happier, and I've just learned that sometimes you just gotta think with your heart. Lesson number 3 is that you should not suppress your feelings, at least not for too long, because when you suppress the bad feelings, you're also depriving yourself from feeling anything at all, which means that you're not going to feel happy, you're not going to feel loved, you're not going to feel joy or any positive feelings that you want to have. You will also deprive yourself of those by suppressing the negative ones. Lesson number 4 is that certain things are only meant to be temporary. This applies to people too, and once their time is up, once they've served the purpose that they were meant to serve in your life, you just have to learn to let them go. Otherwise, you're just not going to have enough room for new things to come to you, to invite into your life, new things that can help you grow even more and push you further on your journey of growth. So just learn to let go of what's meant to be temporary without any hard feelings. Lesson number 5 is that in order to have a friend, you've got to be a friend. And I know this kind of sounds like common sense, but I feel like a lot of us just ignore it a lot of times. We want friends, we want people to be there for us, we want people to be supportive of us, but how often do we do the same things for others? In my experience this year, the more often I've expressed my love and gratitude for people, the more I've received it back. It's kind of like law of attraction / karma and all that jazz. Lesson number 6 is that you have to stop being so comfortable. Challenge yourself in ways that you haven't challenged yourself before. See, I think a lot of us do challenge ourselves, but we get comfortable challenging ourselves in certain ways or in certain areas. For example, I'm comfortable challenging myself in terms of academics. I'm still challenged, but it's in an area, in a field that I'm comfortable challenging myself in. On the other hand, I'm not comfortable challenging myself in terms of social situations, in terms of career, jobs, stuff like that. So that's the area that I need to feel uncomfortable in until I get comfortable again, you know? Lesson number 7 is that, honey, your mom is way more open-minded and way cooler than you will ever imagine. You just have to give her the chance. Sometimes we just think that, oh, like, our parents are old, they're never gonna get it. But the truth is, they're people just like us, they're growing still just like us, and you have to give them the benefit of the doubt, and you have to let them prove themselves to you and prove that they actually do get you, and you actually have way more in common than you can ever imagine. Lesson number 8. Be ready for great things in order for them to happen to you. You have to prepare yourself. You have to be performing at the best that you can be performing in order for great things to come to you. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking care of your health, your body, your mental wellness, or just you in general, you're not performing at the level that is required in order for you to attract super duper great things in your life. You have to match the energy level of what you want and where you're performing in order to achieve them. Just bring this one up, okay? That's how you win in life. Lesson Number 9 was that I need to stop avoiding things. I avoid the little things a lot. I avoid texting people back, responding to emails, doing paperwork, applying to jobs, getting my license. And the more and more I avoid these things, the bigger they become, the more stressful and the more overwhelming they become. And these are things that didn't need to be stressful in the first place, but because I ignore them for so long, they become more and more stressful. So I just need to do the little things first and then move on with a free mind, with no stress, no thoughts lingering around, worrying about small tasks, and ready to like attack the big ones now that I've taken care of the smaller ones, you know? Lesson number 10 is something that my mom always used to tell me, and it would be like, you're right, but like, that's not how it works. So the lesson is this. You are never going to win an argument if you are yelling. And I would say that, yes, that's true, but when I'm mad, I'm mad. I want to yell, I want to be aggressive. I just can't help it. And then I was having an argument with a friend, and she was getting super defensive, and her volume was going like higher and higher, and I just found myself not even listening to her words anymore because I was just so like focused on her tone. I was like, whoa, what's happening? Like, why is she yelling at me? No, I didn't sign up for this. And it clicked. I was like, Mom, you're so right. And from then on, I've been trying to be way more aware and conscious of my tone, how I'm speaking to people. Because if I want them to actually hear me out and give my thoughts and opinions a chance, I need to speak to them in a way that they will actually listen to what I'm saying, you know? Lesson number 11 is that no time spent on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being is time wasted because it just prepares you to be ready to attack your bigger goals. Lesson number 12 is that you have to allow room and space for yourself to breathe and just to have fun, because I think having fun is just as important as any other professional goals that you may have. It's just that when you put that in the back burner, you can't even achieve everything else that you want because you're not embracing your whole being because you're ignoring like an important aspect of your life, which is just leisure and just letting yourself be. Lesson number 13 is that social situations are just as important as academic and career achievements because connections, networking are definitely things that will get you very, very far in life. And I hate to say it, but honestly, if you don't have connections, most likely there's only so far that you can go. You need to be able to network and make those connections if you don't already have them available to you. And plus, as a human being, you just need to connect to people on a social level. So it's just one of your needs that you need to fulfill in order to have a good, well-rounded life. Lesson number 14 is that in order to learn the most both about yourself and the world around you, you need to welcome diversity into your life in all forms, like socioeconomic, ethnicity, cultural, sexuality, whatever form of diversity that there is, welcome it to your life and allow yourself to learn from the experiences of others and just be humbled by their resilience and their stories. It will take you so far in life. Lesson number 15 is my favorite because it made me realize that I'm not that different from others in a good way. So I think people are scared of admitting to what you are also scared to admit to. So for example, you know how sometimes you want something and then you're just kind of ashamed of admitting that you want that thing because you think it's kind of lame, but chances are other people also want that thing, but they're just like you, they're like scared to admit that they want it. But when you gather up your courage and you admit that, hey, I want that, people will be attracted to your honesty and to your authenticity, and that will help you build the most meaningful relationships and will help you connect with people on the most sincere level. Lesson number 16 is that cool is not a thing. So I used to be that girl who wanted to be the cool girl, whoever that's supposed to be. But I've learned that maybe cool is a thing, but it's not just one thing. It comes in so many different forms. There's a lot of people in my life, just in the world who I think are super duper cool, but none of them are exactly the same. But the one thing they have in common is that they're unapologetically themselves. They don't care about what other people think. Whatever they do is just the most genuine expression of themselves, and I find that to be so empowering, inspiring, and just super attractive. So I've learned that if I want to be cool, the best thing I can do is to just think about what I would do if I wasn't scared of anything, if I wasn't worried about what other people think, and just do that, and that would be the coolest thing. Lesson number 17, and my final lesson, is that we go through a lot of struggles in life, and the lessons that we learn from them are going to help us become the person that we want to become, and are going to help us achieve the goals and dreams that we want to achieve. Going through those hardships may be tough, but I believe that if you keep the end goal in mind and just consider different perspectives that may enlighten you and introduce to you new ways to perceive your life and those problems, it will help you keep the bigger picture in mind, and will help you grow from those hardships rather than to fall down from them, you know? This is something that I relearn every year, but it's just the most important thing that I need to remind myself of every single day in order to get through whatever I need to get through and just rise through the occasion, you know? So this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed doing this exercise. I invite you to write down some lessons. It doesn't have to be 17, just some lessons that 2017 taught you, because I bet you it's gonna be more than what you think off the top of your head. So anyways, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be uploading a bunch of inspiring self-improvement and just all different kinds of videos. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know why. Let me know what I can work on, and I swear the aesthetics will get better. It's just that I'm home for now, like at my parents' place, and I don't have a lot to work with, so I'm sorry about that, but I'll get better, okay? I promise. Have a wonderful day, and peace.